Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to the NoDQ preview / predictions for the pay-per-view everybody has been anticipating, Crown Jewel 2019. It's just as big, if not bigger, than WrestleMania. I am being joined by two very close friends of mine. First off, making his return to the main No DQ panel. He's been on the What's NXT and NXT UK Party videos. Well, he has upgraded himself. He is now the Dark Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. Stefan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about Crown Jewel?
Feeling extremely hot right now with this mask on. So let me take this off. I really don't care about any of the matches at Crown Jewel other than the one that Bray Wyatt's in. And that's just because I am still a fan of The Fiend, regardless of how they ended that Hell in a Cell match. Other than that, it's just going to be a pay-per-view. I'm probably not going to watch it live. I have to sleep because I got to work late nights. And then I'll probably watch it the next day early in the morning when I get off of work. But I really don't see a lot of anything big happening. They could surprise us, but maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say a 4.
All right, so a little bit of interest. Virtue, are you going to be watching this live? How are you feeling? 1 to 10. How are you feeling this pay-per-view?
2.5. And I'm kind of embarrassed, talking about a show like this. So that's why I'm kind of incognito with the glasses and the hood up. Call me the Unabomber. I don't care. It's Halloween, and we got to get through this video. Crown Jewel. Now, didn't they already call an event Crown Jewel? So we don't even get Crown Jewel 2019 or Crown Jewel 2.
Yeah, it's basically Crown Jewel 2. Or
2.5 out of 10, and that's being modest.
Yeah, or you could call it Blood Money 4, Sweet Saudi Money, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's go ahead and get through this card. The first match, it hasn't officially been announced, but we'll do a prediction for it anyways in case they do announce it. Basically, Lana went on social media and said the match is happening, but WWE hasn't confirmed it yet. And what's funny is I don't even think she'll be there because it's all the men that are going to be on the show since it's in Saudi Arabia. Bobby Lashley versus Rusev. Virtue, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on this match?
This is an easy one. Bobby Lashley is going to win this match. I really believe that this whole angle with Lana and Rusev is really to push Bobby Lashley to the Raw main event at some point. Yes, that's my feeling. That's my gut feeling. Lana is his valet. So if this match does happen, Lashley's going to clearly win it. Sorry, Rusev Day, but it's been over for a long time.
All right. Stefan, do you agree with what Virtue just said?
Yeah, I don't see this feud ending at Crown Jewel. They've put a lot of effort into turning this into a match or a series of matches, probably. So if it's going to continue, then Rusev doesn't get the win here. Shy of Bobby Lashley just getting the win all out and out, I could see it being, a screw job finish or something where neither one of them wins. But I'm going to go ahead and agree with Virtue and say Bobby Lashley.
All right, and I think I will agree with you guys, although I feel like there would be a better chance of Lashley winning if Lana was there at ringside. I mean, maybe Rusev does win this one, but I'm just going to go ahead with you guys and say that Lashley wins and the feud will continue. He'll somehow cheat without Lana to pick up the victory, and maybe he'll just beat Rusev clean. I mean, poor Rusev, I feel like he could just job out clean with no interference as it is. So, yeah, I'll go with Lashley. Okay, let's move on here. So for this match, you guys are going to have 2 picks. Your first pick, if your first pick wins, you're going to get 2 points. If your second pick wins, you get 1 point. So it's the 20-man battle royal to determine AJ Styles' opponent for the United States Championship, which will be on the same show. So I do not have a list of the 20 participants. I don't think WWE has revealed them, but it's pretty much going to be all the singles guys that don't have a match on the card. So like the Ricochets and those type of people. So Stefan, I'll start with you. Unless you're not sure yet, I could go first. Do you want to start it?
Fine. Without a list, it really doesn't matter. I would say Mansoor if he didn't already have a match with Cesaro. But just for the purposes, I would either Cedric Alexander or Ricochet. One or the other. I'm going to go with Ricochet.
So Ricochet is your first pick, and then Cedric is your second pick.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm confused about is I'm not even sure if this is both Raw and SmackDown, if they're going to have the SmackDown guy win it and then go on to face AJ on Raw. But I'll just go ahead and I'm going to go with Raw, guys, since I'm not really sure. And actually, I think what you said is really valid here. You know what? I'm gonna throw a little bit of a monkey wrench, though. I will agree with you about Ricochet, but I'm gonna have him as my second pick, and I'm just gonna throw this out there just to get something going here. I'm gonna say Aleister Black wins the Battle Royal and faces AJ Styles. So Virtue, it's on you now. Who do you think's gonna be the person who wins this Battle Royal?
Just because they like to repeat history, I'm going to say the number one option is going to be Ricochet. He's going to win it, so we get to see Ricochet versus AJ Styles again, because we've seen that match already, right? And that's what WWE likes to do.
Yeah.
I don't know who my second choice would be at this point, so I will just throw a name out there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm changing mine. Instead of Aleister Black, I'm going with Humberto Carrillo as the winner.
He's going to be my second choice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm scratching Aleister Black because I'm going to
say Ricochet just because that's like going to the well, and this is Saudi Arabia, and I just have that feeling that's what they're going to do, keep it easy peasy. So we'll go with Ricochet as my number one.
All right, fair enough. So the title match for the U.S. title, AJ Styles versus the Battle Royal winner. I'm going to say AJ retains. Virtue, what do you think?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a game, Ricochet, or whoever gets there. But yes, AJ Styles is going to retain. Although I'm interested to see if some title will change hands at that show. I guess we'll have to see the rest of our predictions, but not the U.S. title.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. AJ Styles keeps the belt. You don't put a mystery opponent essentially against AJ for a title and then have him lose it. It just and that's why I picked Ricochet and Cedric. I feel like both of those guys are easily going to lose to AJ Styles because we've seen it before. So why not? Yeah, I agree with both of you.
Fair enough. Okay. Next up, we have the Tag Team Turmoil World Cup to determine the best tag team in the world. I have all the teams here, so I'll go ahead and read them off real quick. We have New Day, which is Kofi and Big E, as Xavier Woods is out of action. Viking Raiders, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, The Revival, The OC, Rudolph, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and the B Team. Go, go, go. So, Stefan, we'll start with you. You get 2 picks. So your primary pick is 2 points. Your secondary pick is 1 point. So go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to go with the 2 sets of tag team champions. I mean, you need to make your tag team champions look strong. Both sets are in the match. The first one, I'm going to go with the War Raiders. And the second one, I'm going to go with, I've already forgotten their names.
Revival?
Yeah, there we go. Revival.
All right. Virtue.
So my second pick will be War Raiders to try to, give them the rub. Because I keep saying Big E needs to turn and go singles, New Day is going to win this match because it's just to piss me off, right? That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to predict New Day. I'm going to predict New Day to win this, to be the best tag team, however that goes. Second choice, War Raiders. At least I feel like Revival never gets anything good. That's why I just can't consider them, but we'll see.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to have a mystery team like Shane McMahon and a mystery partner, and Shane wins this tournament. Yeah, that would be ridiculous, but you never know with WWE. I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe here and not go with some wacky prediction. I'm going to say Viking Raiders win, but part of me doesn't think they're going to win, that it's going to be, they'll be the first team out there and they'll last most of the way and then lose at the end. My second pick will be Heavy Machinery, just because they kind of have a thing going right now and the company's behind them and it's the nice little feel-good moment. So, yeah, I'll say Viking Raiders and then Heavy Machinery.
So if War Raiders wins, you guys would get 2 and I would get 1 point. That's how these picks work? Okay.
Correct. All right, next up we have Cesaro versus Mansoor, who is the first Saudi Arabia WWE superstar. Now, Stefan, I'll ask you this, since you've been following NXT closely. Has he made appearances on NXT TV? Because I haven't heard much about him since last year.
Yeah, he's been on NXT and NXT UK. the thing to note here is on NXT, I think he's a bad guy on NXT, or he was, and then on NXT UK, he shows up as the good guy. Mostly he's just fodder. He's just a jobber up until he won the Battle Royal, but then even still he came out and they're touting, oh, he won the largest Battle Royal ever, and he still friggin' lost. So go figure. Yeah, he's shown up on both shows in two separate gimmicks, basically. So I don't know what to say about this guy other than the fact that we are in Saudi Arabia. Therefore, I got to go with Mansoor. I mean, he won the greatest Battle Royal. They're going to give him the rub here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's going to beat Cesaro. Cesaro seems to be that guy that they use to help put over the other talents, and that's what purpose he serves at this point in his career. So, Virtue, what do you think?
Unless Cesaro comes out with a new gimmick and a turban, he's not winning this match. Mansoor, whatever you want to call him, definitely going over here in Saudi Arabia.
All right. So now we're getting to the big matches of the evening. First up, we have the 5-on-5 match, which is one pinfall for the decision. So it's not elimination like Survivor Series. It's Team Hogan, which is captained by Roman Reigns, the big dog. We have Rusev, Ricochet. So I don't know if that's going to make an impact on our predictions from earlier, but maybe not. Maybe he'll be in this other match as well. I don't know if you guys want to change. If you guys want to change your predictions for that other match because of Ricochet, feel free to do so. Since I don't know if these guys are working double shots, they did ultimately pull. They pulled Seth Rollins from the second match, so I don't know. But anyways, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Shorty G, and Rusev's in the thing. So I don't know what Lana was talking about. That match might not even be happening for all I know. It's all so confusing. But yeah, Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Shorty G, and Ali against Team Flair, captained by Randy Orton, Baron Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. And Drew has been billed as the guy that's going to be the difference maker in this match. Will he actually be that? Virtue, what do you think?
All right, so that's an interesting point. You said that about Ricochet. So AJ Styles, backtracking, this is for you, Noah Foster. AJ Styles is still retaining the U.S. title, but let me put Surreal, or however you say his name, now is my number one choice, and Ricochet is my number two.
Okay, that works.
So that's for you, Noah, to make that official. Team Hogan versus Team Flair. I mean, this is just one of those where what do the Saudi princes want more? And I think when it comes to global icon, as much as Ric Flair is probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest pro wrestler and an interview guy of all time, I think they're going to put Team Hogan over in this situation because that's what Saudi Arabia princes, in my opinion, paid for. So Team Hogan is going to win this battle just based on Hulkamania and the history of it. It's always been that notch bigger than Ric Flair as a draw, even though we know Ric's been a better worker. So
yeah,
Team Hogan.
That's you know how my thought process is. It's hard to bet against Roman Reigns, and especially with Team Hogan in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
I mean, I think this one's a no-brainer. And probably looking at the heels on this list, I could see Baron Corbin. Well, no, it'll be Nakamura. I'm thinking it'll be Nakamura. Maybe Randy Orton, but I feel like Nakamura will take the pinfall. Stefan, what do you think?
I have to agree. What I find interesting in this is that essentially you've got Team Hogan as the baby faces and Team Flair as the heels. And I wonder if this is part of them trying to get Hogan back over with the fans after, all of the controversy that we had nearly a year ago. In that vein, though, since we were all agreeing Team Hogan is going to win, you want to have a tiebreaker as to who gets the pinfall, who gets the win victory.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll let Noah know about this.
Who gets pinned, or did you just say that by
who wins? Who pins the other team? Like, who gets the victory? Like, the victory.
Oh, on the team? Okay.
We'll use this as a tiebreaker.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me look at this list of baby faces here.
Well, here, I'll go. So I picked Team Hogan. So I have to pick who gets the pinfall win for Hogan.
Right.
For Team Hogan, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I agree. Roman Reigns.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Ali.
Okay, fair enough.
I think we're in the Middle East, so if we all tie, then I think hopefully that'll get me the victory there.
And
Well, there you
just
go.
why not? Even though this doesn't matter for anything, Roman Reigns is going to pin Baron Corbin. That's how I'll call it.
Okay, fair enough.
Who do you think Reigns is going to win? Just in case Reigns does get the pinfall, Aaron, do you think he's going to pin Baron Corbin? Or do you think Nakamura. Okay, so that'll break it up in case Reigns does get the pinfall. Sweet.
Okay, we'll use those as the tiebreakers if it comes to that. All right, moving on here, we have Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury. So apparently this is a one and done for Tyson. He's going to be gone after this, although the door might be open, of course, for him to come back. There are reports that he's being paid some ridiculous amount of money. To me, this is pretty much Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow, where I feel like it's not doing anybody any good. I don't even think WWE is going to get any kind of extra attention other than the few headlines that they've gotten. I don't think that people are going to be subscribing to the network. Oh, boy, I got to see Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman. I don't think it's that kind of buzz that it's generating. So I am going to, unfortunately, go with Tyson Fury to win this. Not going to do anything for Braun Strowman, but I don't see Tyson losing this. I think it would be nice if he put over Braun Strowman, but yeah, my gut feeling is Tyson's going to be winning this one. So, Virtue, what do you think?
Man, this is one of those where I just really don't care, but I could use the point, and everything tells me in my being to pick Tyson Fury like you just did. Whether he goes over or not, right, he's getting his big check, whatever that amount is. So I'm going to say they're going to find some interesting way to not really make Tyson Fury look too bad, but Braun Strowman is going to be the official victor somehow in this match.
So you think like a DQ or something like that?
It could be something crazy. I mean, even if he beats him by another way, pinfall or whatever, they're going to do it, I think, in a way that makes sense. I can't see them beating Braun. I mean, their own guy, but you never know. But I'm going to say Braun's going over regardless.
All right. So, Stefan, your pick.
Well, I think there's two reasons that they're bringing Tyson Fury in. One, they want the name value for the pay-per-view. Obviously, they're trying to use him to get subscriptions. But two, I think they're grooming him. They're getting him in the ring now so that when his career in boxing is officially over, they want him to come to the WWE.
Yeah.
I also think that just the money in itself is not enough. I don't think he would sign on to this match to get a loss. He is undefeated, and I don't think he wants to change that, even if it is wrestling.
Right.
So I have to agree with Aaron. I'm going to go with Tyson Fury for the win. They don't care about Braun Strowman. I think they feel like Braun Strowman is one of those guys that they can just do whatever they want with now, and then whenever they actually need him to be a big name, a powerhouse, a champion even, they'll just do it when they need it, and they're not thinking about the consequences of how they're booking him now.
Right. He's
So basically Fury will sign with NXT UK one day officially, full time.
Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, he's basically the Big Show. Braun Strowman is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. Now we have the two championship matches. So the first match we'll talk about is for the Universal Championship. Falls count anywhere, and there must be a winner because the match cannot be stopped for any reason. Now, there's always the possibility that we could get another screwy finish, which is where like both guys pin each other, and it's another no contest. So, Virtue, let's start with you. Do you think we're going to get a new champion here? Do you think there's going to be some kind of shenanigans? What do you think?
I mean, again, it's Crown Jewel. Who knows how they can book themselves out of it? I mean, this is in this situation, you just say, who retains. And I know there's supposed to be a winner, and it as easy as I want to just say Seth retains, and it'll be some screwy finish just so I can get my point. They really need to correct what happened at Hell in a Cell, and I'm gonna just because I want this to happen. I don't care if I lose the point. Bray's gonna win the championship. I'm gonna say that because maybe a miracle will happen. And they can book themselves out of it, write themselves out of it, afterwards. Strip him of the title, have him go nuts after the match. But I think they got to have him win it at this show. And this is what I was talking about earlier about a new champion. Fiend winning it in Saudi Arabia, that makes some news. People would talk about that. So that's what I'm going with.
Well, I want Bray to win. I definitely want to see Bray win, but I can't do it. I'm going with Seth Rollins to retain. Either he outright beats Bray, or they do that double pinfall that I was mentioning earlier, where neither guy loses and it's another screw job. But yeah, if it was me, my call, I'd go with Bray Wyatt, and I hope I'm wrong on this. Stefan, your thoughts?
Well, I think you're both right. I think they need the Fiend to win, but I don't think they're going to do it at Saudi Arabia. I would not predict a double pinfall. If anything, I would predict a double 10 count where neither one of them can get up by the count of 10, and that leads to the next match being last man standing. And maybe that's where he wins it. I don't know.
Think about this. You know how Vince McMahon loves to piss fans off? What more way to piss fans off than to have the Fiend win it in Saudi Arabia? You know what I mean? Think about that.
And Raw still
that would
has
be the troll of all troll jobs.
Raw still has that open contract to bring somebody from SmackDown to Raw, since SmackDown got the tag team of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So if Bray wins the title, they can just take him to Raw. Say, oh, well, he's got our title, so we're going to go ahead and pluck him. And, thanks for the trade. Oh, that makes it even harder. I mean, I really think Rollins leaves with the title, but I'm going to go with Virtue. I'm going to say the Fiend wins it somehow, some way, because another screwy finish, and they might as well just write off another 500,000 subscribers to the WWE Network. I'm already on my last month. I've got one more month with my streaming service because they've been terrible and expensive, and I'm thinking about just not watching Raw or SmackDown anymore, just catching the clips on YouTube. I don't need a streaming service to watch NXT, turns out, because they screwed up recording my NXT last week, and I had to watch it. Yeah, I had to watch it after the fact, somebody online. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Virtue. I'm going to go Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, somehow wins the title.
All right. And now we have the WWE Championship match, Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. This is a rematch 9 years in the making. Brock Lesnar looking for his payback from his loss in 2010. And this storyline has involved Dominic, Rey Mysterio's son. Now, there's a lot of speculation about Cain, what's next for him. He has signed, unlike Tyson Fury, Cain is around for the long haul. He's going to be in WWE for the next 3 years at least. I don't see him winning the title in his first match. I think the most likely scenario is Brock Lesnar retains, and then Cain fights back and he somehow maybe wins the Royal Rumble or something, and then faces Brock one more time, the rubber match, if you include the UFC fight, at WrestleMania, and that way he has some more time to work at the Performance Center and get better in the ring, and then you put the title on him at WrestleMania. So that's my thought process. Brock will win this first one. Cain will come back, maybe win the Rumble, and then perhaps win it at WrestleMania. So, Stefan, your thoughts?
Agreed. I think Cain Velasquez, as good as he is as an MMA fighter, apparently, he's green at wrestling, and it's not the same thing. And so far, what we've seen of him, he can do a takedown and he can do a bunch of punches. I mean, I don't see how that wins you the title. And I think you're right. I think we get the victory for Lesnar, and so they're 1-1. And somewhere down the road, we'll get the rubber match. I'm not looking forward to Brock Lesnar being the champ for a very long time, but they seem to love that. So I'm going to go with Lesnar.
Now, I got to bring this up. Have you taken into consideration the championships on the brands? I'm going with Rollins to stay Universal Champion. I'm going with both champions to retain, so the titles will stay put on both shows. But if you're going with Bray and then you're going with Brock, that means 2 championships are going to be on SmackDown.
Right, and Raw can take the Fiend Bray Wyatt back from SmackDown because they've got that open trade where they haven't. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier when SmackDown took Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Raw still has the option of taking somebody, and we don't know who. And I think this is where we'll get that play is when the Fiend wins. They'll be like, oh, we're going to take our title back and bring him back. Otherwise, you got to make the Universal title blue, and I think that's going to look awful.
Yeah. All right, Virtue, what do you think?
Brock is retaining easy, and I don't, like I said, they can figure out how they can book and write themselves out of both titles being over on SmackDown. Wouldn't it be interesting if Bray Wyatt was the Funhouse Bray Wyatt for this match, and we were all blindsided, like what? But yeah, that doesn't matter. Back to the main event. Brock is going to retain, and Vince will be in all of his glory, having two world athletes that are not, that were really non-wrestlers, and Tyson Fury and Cain basically not come out on top in Saudi Arabia. And that's a Vince McMahon move. That's why I'm picking Braun Strowman to win his match and Brock to retain.
All right. So that's the final thoughts on the pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, this Thursday, Halloween. It's at 1 p.m., I believe, Eastern time, which is like 10 o'clock Pacific time. And then, it's kind of a weird time for people, but, it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up and do the plugs. Stefan, go ahead.
Well, as you said before, I am one half of the NX team, or the dynamic duo of the NX team, me and Jerry Slaughter, the General. So you can find us on NoDQ and our channel for What's NXT, the NXT review, and the NXT Party, the NXT UK review. You can find me on Twitter. Go to NoDQ.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. I try to keep it clean for these videos, but I am the rated R reviewer, so it is what it is. You can also find my partner, Jerry Slaughter, on Twitter at NoDQ General, and you can find us both on Facebook in his group Armbar, all caps, ARMBAR, exclamation point. Don't add us on Facebook. We won't add you. You can also find me on Instagram now at osborne.stefan, where I have no content, just a profile picture. I think that's hilarious. I've got like 50-some followers. It's crazy. And you can find our channel, Aftermatch Wrestling. That's all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch space Wrestling. And that's where the NXT party goes up first and in HD. And at 250 subscribers, we're going to start doing that show live on our channel. So if you like the videos, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you like all the videos, and support NoDQ. Go to NoDQ.com/merch. It's where you can get your t-shirts, your hats. And if you can find the page for Pro Wrestling Tees, I have a shirt. It's orange, and it's great. Buy it, help support Aaron. And that's all my plugs, sir.
All right, Unabomber.
That was like a video in itself, Stefan. Here, I'm going to make it simple. Follow me, troll with me on Twitter at NoDQ_virtue. Go to NoDQ.com/merch where you can get Troll Slayer merchandise. Go over to my Facebook page, NoDQ.com/virtue. And of course, check out every week, most every week, the NoDQ review. And we're currently at number 74. So go check that out. Aaron, that's it.
All right, NoDQ.com. I'll be doing the play-by-play coverage during the pay-per-view, and afterwards I'll be live streaming. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And we will see you all next time.